Now another example on the equilibrium of a body under the action of a set of coplanar forces meeting at a point. ABC is a square where E belongs to AD. Here we are. ABCD is a square where E belongs to AD, and 4 forces act at B. The 4 forces act at point B, so assume that B is the origin point, and the x-axis passes through AB, and the y-axis passes through BC. Their magnitudes are 4 square root 3, 10 square root 2, and F kilogram weight. Their lines of actions are: the first force, or the 4 kilogram weight, acts in the direction of BA, so the 4 kilogram weight acts in the direction of BA. The second force, or 4 square root 3, acts in the direction of BE, so here you are the second force, and it acts in the direction of BE. It's 4 square root 3. The next force is 10 square root 2. It acts in the direction of DB. If it's DB, so it's going down. Finally, F acts in the direction of BC. Here you are, F in the direction of BC. If these forces are in equilibrium, find the measure of angle ABE. Angle ABE, say theta. Since the set of forces are in equilibrium, therefore the algebraic sum of the component in the x direction equals 0, and the algebraic sum of the components in the y direction equals 0. In the previous examples, we resolved each component in the direction of x and in the direction of y on the diagram. Each adjacent component takes cosine and the other component takes sine, and we consider the direction of each component. If it goes right, so it's positive, and if it goes left, it's a negative component. And similarly in the y-axis, if the component of the force goes up, so it's positive, and if it goes down, so it's negative. In this example, let's take another way to find the component of the forces in the direction of x and in the direction of y. Each angle will be measured from the positive direction of the x-axis. Assume this angle to be theta. BD is the diagonal of the square, so it inclines by 45 degrees. So this angle is 45 degrees, and force acting at DB, or the 10 square root 2 kilogram weight, inclines by this angle from the positive direction of the x-axis. This angle measures, here we have 180 plus 45 to be 225 degrees. So start by the direction of x, and the algebraic sum of the component in the direction of x equals 0. Here we have a horizontal force acting at BA. It's 4 kilogram weight, so plus the horizontal component of 4 square root 3 is 4 square root 3 times cosine theta. Then the force F is a vertical force. It doesn't have a component in the horizontal direction. No need to resolve it. Finally, the force acting at DB is 10 square root 2 cosine 225, so plus 10 square root 2 cosine 225. The sum of all of this equals 0. If the angle of inclination of the force is measured from the positive direction of the x-axis, don't consider the direction of the component of the force. Here, the horizontal component of the 10 square root 2 goes left, so it's supposed to be negative. But the angle of inclination of this force is measured from the positive direction of the x-axis. It's 225 degrees. Don't consider the negative sign of the force, because cosine 225 has already a negative value. Now simplify. 4 plus 4 square root 3 cosine theta plus cosine 225 is negative 1 over square root 2. So here we have negative 10 square root 2 over square root 2. Simplify. The square root 2 is cancelled, so this is equal to 0. And finally, 4 square root 3 cosine theta equals negative 10 plus 4 to be negative 6. Move it to the other hand side with positive sign to be 6. Finally, cosine theta is 6 over 4 square root 3. This equals square root 3 over 2. Therefore, theta equals 30 degree. So measure of angle ABE equals 30 degree. Now the algebraic sum of the component in the y direction equals 0. The first force, or the 4 kilogram weight, is horizontal. It doesn't have a vertical component. So start by the second force. 4 square root 3 times sine theta, which is 30, plus the force F, which is a vertical force. No need to resolve it. Then plus, here we have 10 square root 2 times sine of 225. Sine of 225 is negative 1 over square root 2. This equals 0. Now simplify to get F equals 10 minus 2 square root 3 kilogram weight.